is ABC Radio Brisbane with Rebecca Levingston.
The Queensland Maritime Museum is turning 50 this year. They should be planning a big party. But instead, they've launched a fundraising campaign to try and keep the doors open. The museum chair is Captain Kasper Kuiper. Captain Kasper Kuiper, good morning.
Also, good morning, Rebecca, to you. I hear you early out this morning and fighting the traffic and the COVID in Melbourne.
Well, we're keeping an eye on what is happening down there, but, you know, we're trying to keep our hopes up for life and activity in Brisbane, including the Queensland Maritime Museum. I mean, does it seem like a sort of a sad sort of simultaneous thing that you're supposed to be turning 50 this year, but you're not even sure if you can keep the doors open?
We will keep the doors open. That is, it will be very difficult. The occupancy and the visitors are picking up a little bit in Brisbane. The confidence is back into the Maritime Museum. We got a bit of support already from our workmen around Brisbane and so on. And I don't want to name them at the moment, but we had a clean-up done in the Maritime Museum last week, and we had a donor who donated nearly $20,000 to take all the rubbish out of the Maritime Museum, and it looks already spick and span.
Oh, that's
There's
great.
Another 10 to go. In other words, we have to spend another $200,000 internal on the museum, making new parks and nice seatings and all the other stuff.
Okay, so then, are you confident the Queensland Maritime Museum will definitely stay open?
So as it looks like, yes, because we got a lot in the pipeline at the moment. We're picking up on functions at the moment, and in 5 weeks, 6 weeks time, there is a lighting show coming to Maritime Museum. I'm fighting with the state government for a permit because they say we only allowed to have visitors. But I need a tent there for 4 months, and that brings in about $125,000 in. And we do functions on the evening, Saturday evening. It's not big money what we get into it, but the people are supporting us around. We've got school people coming back. We could earn around about $10,000 every month.
Yes.
Then we have a chance to stay afloat.
Well, I do hope you stay afloat, Captain Kasper Kuiper, the chair of the Queensland Maritime Museum. You have launched a significant fundraising campaign. It is also to restore the steam tug Forceful. Tell me about that vessel.
Yes, so you know that the Forceful is a steam tug. It is built in Scotland in 1925. It's 96 years of age. Arrived in Brisbane in April 1926 with a crew of 6 people only in those days. And then the ship was nearly 50 years in service, and we got the ship in 1971 for the Maritime Museum. When we got that ship, it was already with a lot of defects, of course. And we overlooked, in the early days, Expo, we sailed with the ship around Brisbane 2 trips a day, sometimes 4 trips a day during Expo. We had a lot of visitors on. Ship is getting old, and we never had enough money for reserves that we have looked forward that in the future we have to spend money on the Forceful.
How much do you need to raise?
And we need to keep them nicely as in exposition ship in dockside in the old Evans and Deacons dockyard. They have offered us to have it down there next to Dockside Hotel in the Kangaroo Point by the Story Bridge. And we need to keep them in the water and clean up and have a permit from the Maritime Safety Queensland. We have to spend between $350,000 and $400,000.
Right, okay. So you got a GoFundMe account set up, a fundraiser set up, and
Yes,
people can donate to that for the museum operations and to restore the steam tug Forceful. Captain Kuiper, we'll keep in touch to see how things progress.
Yes, and I hope so. You got a couple of spare dollars with your team there in ABC. Maybe you could start be the first donor to us.
I'll put the word out, or you just have. Captain Kasper Kuiper, great to chat. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
See you, the chair of the Queensland Maritime Museum. So it turns 50 this year. He sounds confident, though, in terms of it keeping its doors open. That was definitely questionable at one stage, but a significant amount of money being sought to keep the doors open and to restore Steam Tug Forceful. They have a GoFundMe campaign set up as well that relates to the Maritime Museum. You can find it online.